amigas, my name is Bea and today I'm doing my July wrap up and my August TBR. So this month I am really disappointed with the amount of books I read this month. I only managed to read 3 when normally I can read about 6 or 7 depending on what I've got going on, but I think I hit a really big reading slump this month when I got to a certain book. So yeah, life got in the way this month and I only read 3 books. The first book I read this month was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, the first in its series. This is a reread for me, so I am already aware of what goes on, and I found with rereading this book I fell in love with the characters even more than before. And as I was clued into what happens in the second and third books, I really enjoyed reading all of the little clues and hints about what goes on in the second and third books and the little inside jokes that some of the characters have with each other. Overall, I would give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars because I just fell in love with the world, and there is a book that I love even more than this, so that's why it's not getting that 0.5 stars extra. The second book I read this month was A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This is the second in its series, following on from ACOTAR, which is A Court of Thorns and Roses. And to be honest, this is my favourite book in this series and probably my favourite book ever. There are so many twists and turns in this book that I just loved, and one character for me really emerges in this book and is one of the reasons that I fell in love with it. His character just made me fall in love with reading all over again. I would give this book a full 5 stars. This book is why the first book didn't get that 0.5, because this one just overtook it with writing style and the way the story flows and that one plot twist that just kicks you in the feels. Oh, it's my favourite book of this series and all time. The third and final book that I read this month was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This is the third and final book in the ACOTAR series, and in my opinion the storyline flopped after A Court of Mist and Fury. It didn't flow, I didn't want to read about what was happening. To be honest, I would give this book a 3 stars out of 5, just because it's probably the worst book in the series. Not that it's a bad read, it's just it doesn't live up to what happens in the first and second book. I have read these books before, but as I said in my reading plans video, I really want to read all of the books on my shelf again. So yes, I have read these books before. I was reviewing them as I read them. You can find my reviews on my website. I will put the link in the description below as always. So those are the books that I read in the month of July. Now to move on to my August TBR. I'm planning on reading a hell of a lot of books in the month of August. That number being 8, which is up there, but I have read that many books in a month before and I'm pretty sure I've surpassed that a couple times. So the first book I will be reading is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. This is a kind of novella slash prequel to the Throne of Glass series, which I have heard so much about that I just needed to read them. I have consulted a few people about the order you need to read these books in, because The Assassin's Blade was written after the first couple of books and they have all said to read it before you read any other books, which is what I will be doing. This is not a reread for me, this is a fresh book, I've never read it before, so I am so excited to delve into the world of The Assassin's Blade. The second book I will be reading this month is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, as I will be binging this book and the entire series as well. So to kind of go along with that, the third and fourth books that I will be reading are Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. These are the second and third books in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. Last but not least, the fifth and sixth book that I will be reading are Queen of Shadows and Empire of Storms. I don't own these books, but I will soon. They are the fourth and fifth books in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. So after the Throne of Glass series, books 7 and 8 that I will be reading in the month of August are Illuminae and Jamina, the first 2 books in the Illuminae Files series by Annie Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. These 2 I have never read before either. These are a first read for me, and with the third book Obsidio coming out in March 2018, I really wanted to get these books off my TBR so I could read it when it comes out. The news that it is being releasing in March 2018 has just been released. I am so excited because I've heard so much good stuff about these books. I am so excited to read them. You cannot even believe how much excitement there is coursing through me right now. So yeah, that is my July wrap up and August TBR. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then go down below and hit like and subscribe while you're down there so you don't miss any more of my future videos. I hope I have inspired you to read more books this month and let go of the bad book reading month of July.